Beats Planet.
Man, if y'all thought we was gonna show up and hate on Tony Romo, you must be crazy. You must be smoking or joking. You must don't know who you dealing with. You must not be subscribed to me. You must not be a part of the notification squad. You're not my friend for real. It's Voch Lombardi. What's happening, man? This is the main reason why y'all should join the notification squad. Hit that little bell next to the subscribe button, because I do this at random sometimes. It's Sunday. I got 2 jobs because I count YouTube kind of like a job or whatever. It's Sunday. I got 2 jobs and I ain't got shit to do. I say, you know what? Why waste this time when I could be fellowshipping with my constituents? When I can be relishing in brotherhood with my brothers. When I could be showing love to the people. But y'all pissed me off with that damn Tony Romo shit, so I'm about to just fuss at y'all. What's happening, man? What's good? Let me run through the chat box real quick, man, because that's something we do every show. We got to run through the chat box every time. Wyatt got here first. Notification gang. What's happening, man? Fesson, you ain't got nothing to do, huh, bro? Because you show up on all my streams, dog, all my comments, all my videos. Salute to you, brother. I appreciate being such a pivotal part in your data bank, in your phone or your laptop's data bank. Salute to you, bro. Slump TV was good. Larry Patrick, Attack Dog, Jared was good. Young Gashler. The young teenage phenom, check his website out, man. Gashler's, he said he was going to change his name, man. He ain't got to change his name, brother. Gashler's Draft Analysis, man. Check out his website, brother. Chris Brock, familiar face. What's happening? Brian Gonzalez, 80 Gonzalez. Pete, Brian Gonzalez, sir, what's the difference between Gonzalez with a Z and Gonzalez with an S? Because I've gotten into plenty arguments with Hispanics over the Z and the S. Please elaborate, sir. John Alexander, Throne. What's happening, y'all? What's good, people? Who else up here? My man Juice, Jawan, Andrew Bailey. What's happening, man? Listen, y'all. Listen. My man's Alex, my goddamn Super Saiyan guy, Super Saiyan admin, Alex up in here. What's good, brother? Listen, y'all. What we're going to talk about today, like I said, this is a very, very random type of situation we're doing. The only reason I'm doing it because I ain't had nothing else to do. I say, man, let me fellowship with my constituents. E3 came on today. I watched a little bit of that, took a nap, and I don't know what else to do in my life, bro. That's what happens when I get off days. Quick updates before we get into the conversation, though. Today we're going to have a conversation about Tony Romo. Now, you may read the description and it says, let's hate on Tony Romo, and that may be the majority reason of why you all are here. Cool. The phone lines are open. If you want to call in and hate on Tony Romo, do your bidding. If you want to call in and defend Tony Romo, call in, do your bidding. Everybody gets free range to come in and talk today. Brandon Benjamin, what's good, brother? I just, you know what I'm saying? I was hitting the first couple of guys, but I ain't want to. Let's just get into it then. Let's say what's up to everybody. UCF Jaguar, what's good? John, Brandon, Joseph, Jared, Keith Benjamin, what's good? Andrew, Drew Boogie with the Unintentional Grounding Podcast. Him and Dan, salute to y'all. That's everybody. We good. We ain't going backwards no more. Ken John, what's that? Ken from Houston, what's happening, man? Ken from Houston holding it down for the Patreon. One of my ass whoop members right there. Salute to you, bro. Like I was saying, The phones are lit, y'all. So if you want to call in, support Tony Romo, you can do so. You want to call in and hate on him, I'm not going to hate on you. Call in, do your thing. Also, because I plan on this being a good lengthy show because I ain't got nothing else to do. I want to talk about what NFL teams are not going to make the playoffs next year. Like we have a decent idea of who we think are going to make the playoffs. And of course there's who's not going to make the playoffs, but some of the in between answers, some of the people that's on the fence, some of these teams like the Carolina Panthers make it. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like let me highlight this comment because Fesson is one of the goats, man. He say school, football, Voch and white hoes. That can occupy a lot of your time, brother. I understand. And, also I always throw in the Q&A tag, the question and answers. You can call in and ask whatever you want to. I'm not going to restrict y'all to just a handful of topics. If y'all want to call in and ask me about, hey, Voch, rank these 4 running backs, I'll do my best to do that. If y'all want to call in and be like, yo, Voch, sushi or ribs, we can have that conversation. Cool ass Drake called in one time and asked me some other things. So whatever y'all want to ask me about, we can get into all that. All right. Now, when I ran my daily errands today, did I mention that the phones are lit? Let me get that number out. 515-739-1285. Access code 309104. Everything you need is in the description. Like I was saying, earlier when I ran my errands for the day, went to the grocery store. I gathered some ingredients to make my kale shake every morning. What the hell sound effect was that? Is that my phone? My phone is supposed to make that noise, man. Anyway, when I was gathering my groceries to make my kale shakes, because I'm trying to be fit for next summer. I'm not gonna make it this summer, but I'll be fit for next summer. I went to the grocery store and I went washed my truck up nice, and I sat down in the parking lot, opened up my phone, and I saw a message. I looked at it and I read it. They say, Voch, hop on this post in your group, Lombardi's Draft Talk. So I went to my group, I looked at the post, and this post is talking about Sam Darnold. Check out the Sam Darnold quick look video, by the way. It's already out. It's about Sam Darnold, and it says Sam Darnold already drawing comparisons of Andrew Luck and Tony Romo. I say, cool ass Drake. Thank you for joining us, sir. Salute. Sam Darnold drew comparisons for Andrew Luck and Tony Romo. I said, first and foremost, I don't do player comparisons. I don't like them. I think it's inaccurate. I hate when someone says, "Hey, man, he's like a smaller Brandon Jacobs but faster." Well, damn it, he ain't Brandon Jacobs if he's smaller and fast. You see what I'm saying? I don't typically do player comparisons, but the post kind of led into this, let's just end up comparing Sam Darnold, Andrew Luck, and Tony Romo. And normally I don't get on to people about Cowboy slander because I know it comes with the territory. You know what I mean? Like, as a Cowboys fan, I understand people ain't gonna like the Cowboys unless they're Cowboys fans. That's why we're America's team. You either gonna tune in to watch us win, or you gonna tune in to watch us lose. That's how it works as Cowboys watchers. That's why we get all the primetime games. So I know the hate comes with it. So I'm not even really, getting into that conversation with y'all, right? But it turned into the hate on Tony Romo hour, and that's cool because he gets that. But what I'm seeing is the whoever made the comment, I don't even know who made the comment, but the cat was like, so that means he's gonna be a loser, boom, boom, boom. He's gonna be a loser, boom, boom, boom. And I'm thinking, you talking about Tony Romo and Andrew Luck? I didn't get into Andrew Luck because I didn't care about Andrew Luck. I'm not a Colts fan like that. But I mean, shouts out to Andrew Luck. But I more so cared about the Tony Romo side of the discussion. So you know how they do redrafts for these, for these draft classes or whatnot. And I was thinking to myself, would you spend a first overall pick with hindsight, knowing the player that he's going to turn into? Would you spend a first overall pick on Tony Romo? We know you'll spend a first overall pick on Andrew Luck. It's happened already. You're probably going to spend a first overall pick on Sam Darnold, considering everything goes, to plan. Cool. Would you spend a first overall pick on Tony Romo? Hell yeah, I spent a first overall pick on Tony Romo. So what's so wrong with Sam Darnold being compared to Tony? People say, oh, Tony's a loser. It takes 53 people to lose a ball game, bro. It's not just on the quarterbacks. I would love to pick Tony Romo. If I'm whoever's picking first overall next year, if I'm the New York Jets, and I ain't hating on Jets fans, sorry y'all, but if I'm the New York Jets and I'm sitting there with the first overall pick and Tony Romo's at quarterback in the whatever draft, Tony Romo is a first overall pick quarterback. Let me explain. Because we can spend first overall picks on guys like Jared Goff. We can spend first overall picks on guys like Alex Smith, Ryan Leaf. I'm not going to get into first overall quarterback bust. That ain't why I'm here. But looking at Tony Romo, considering the skill that he has, considering what most teams get back from their first overall picks, I think Tony Romo as a first overall pick, a 21-year-old first overall pick, I think that's damn good for the first overall pick. That's just my opinion. You see what I'm saying? Like, and we got a call right here. I'm not gonna jump into you just right. 480. Hang tight real fast, bro. I'm gonna get to you in 30 seconds. Let me get this point real fast. I mean, hell, man, Sam Bradford was a first overall pick, dog. You know what I mean? It takes 53 people to lose a football game. And when I see Tony Romo going 8-8, or like 7-9, 9-7, little garbage like that or whatever. When I see that, and you look at the teams that he's around, they say, Tony Romo, we're gonna give you Julius Jones, Miles Austin, the 28th ranked defense, make it work. And he gives you 8 wins. We say, well, Voch, we're going to give you Terrell Owens. He's talented, but he can be a cancer in the locker room. We're going to give you Felix Jones, Tashard Choice, and a mediocre defense. Make it happen, Tony. And he wins you a few games, right? But when you go, okay, Tony, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna give you a stud at wide receiver. We're gonna give you DeMarco Murray, 1,800-yard rusher, and the defense is not elite, but is ranked 15th. Okay, we're gonna give you that, and we're gonna build this offensive line to protect you. This youthful offensive line to protect you. What happens? Oh shit, we going to the damn playoffs and the loss in Green Bay wasn't even Tony's fault. That wasn't even Tony played a damn good game in Green Bay. A lot of people want to call the loss on the Dez Bryant non-catch or whatever. Let's talk about that DeMarco Murray fumble. DeMarco Murray gave you 11 fumbles that year alone. When your running back gives you 11 turnovers by himself, you don't win too many football games. But Tony gave us 12 W's. And I see people in the comment section. I'm sorry, man. I can't read all of y'all because I'm trying to get my thoughts out. I see people in the comment section saying, well, Tony Romo was injured. Reliability is the best availability. Is the best availability is reliable. Whatever you said or whatever. Well, when you look at Tony's career, I mean, he may have been hurt. What? Like he missed all of last season. The season before that, he missed 11 games or so. But we just gonna neglect 22-year-old Tony Romo till about 31. He only had 2 for real injuries when he was youthful. Tony's an old man now, but when he was youthful, you got 10 or 11 good years out of Tony Romo. And 10 or 11 good years of any great quarterback is better than 15 years of quarterback purgatory. Everybody says what they want about Tony Romo, about the fumble in Seattle or whatever. I don't know the name of the dude that owns the Jacksonville Jaguars with the funny mustache, but he'll kick his wife off a bridge to have Tony Romo for 11 years. Sasha Brown would kick his best friend off a bridge into shark-infested waters to have Tony Romo for 11 years. Instead, he got to figure it out, right? And a lot of these fans of these franchises, caller, just don't go nowhere, Carl. I'm going to be with you in 20 seconds. This is my last point. A lot of these people want to talk crazy about Tony Romo and what he is and what he's not, and they say he sucks. I want y'all to be careful with this "he sucks" word, because a lot of y'all have gotten spoiled to positive quarterback play. We see Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady and Ben Roethlisberger and Tony Romo, and we think it's easy to go a decade with good quarterback play. Ask a Jets fan what it's like to not know when your next starting quarterback is coming. Ask a Jacksonville fan what it's like this year if Blake Bortles if Blake Bortles doesn't work, what you gonna do at quarterback next year? You see what I'm saying? Ask them how they feel. These Colts fans, they went from Peyton Manning, Curtis Painter for 15 games, they went straight into Andrew Luck. Packers fans went from Favre to Rodgers, straight into it. Pittsburgh Steelers fans, y'all ungrateful too, because y'all went from Tommy Maddox. I remember Tommy Maddox. And y'all didn't wait too long till Ben Roethlisberger came into the fold. Now, don't get me wrong. That's what good franchises do. That's what good franchises do. Because Cowboys fans, we got Dak Prescott now. But I remember them days of Drew Henson. I remember after Quincy Carter when we was looking for a quarterback. You see what I'm saying? I remember Vinny Testaverde, Drew Bledsoe. I remember that. Ask a Browns fan what it's like to not have a quarterback. Ask a Jags fan what it's like. Houston hadn't had a franchise quarterback since existence. You see what I'm saying? Not the Oilers, you know what I'm saying? But the Texans. Since the Texans existed, they haven't had a solid quarterback. So y'all want to get into your little cockiness if you want to. You'll kick your best friend off a bridge to have Tony Romo on your team, especially if you're in quarterback purgatory. And you know quarterback purgatory will last years. Shit, Kurt Warner retired. What happened to the Rams? Come on, son. Let me get to these calls, dog. Let me turn my phone up and get into these calls, bro. Dag nabbit. We're gonna let the platinum caller go first, man. Let me check my levels. Dallas, what's up? Can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, Voch, I'm here, and this is an argument I've been having with fools for years. I mean, if you allow me, I have some ass whoop ready.
Hey man, you know, anytime you come to the show with ass whoop, the floor belongs to you. I ain't even gonna talk. Spit your game. Let me turn up your level so everybody can hear you loud and clear, buddy boy. Do your thing. Go ahead.
Listen, I got a lot of love for the group. A lot of times just joking, but yeah, there's some people out there. I'm sorry, y'all are just some damn fools out there. I mean, you gotta do a video as well for Emmett, because I've actually one more person assault Emmett, like they assault Tony. Mm-hmm. Oh my god. Yeah. But yeah, just getting into it. Listen, when I came into my fandom, I was way, way young when we won our last Super Bowl. Aikman going out with concussions, the triplets gone. When I first started following football, it was Testaverde, freaking Leaf for a couple of games. When Bledsoe, when an older Bledsoe is the best you've seen, that is not good. And when you see this young guy come in undrafted, no one has any faith in, comes in and leads your team for a decade. Look at those playoff games. If you want to blame him for the Seattle game, I mean, you can. Go right ahead. But remember, the only reason they were in the playoffs that season was because Romo came in.
Mm-hmm.
All the other playoff games, listen, the 07 game against the Giants, he wasn't great. But that game should have been close. When your wide receivers drop 2 touchdown passes on series that otherwise ended with no points, that's going to affect you. 2009, he beats the Eagles. Crushes the Eagles 2 years in a row. Then the offensive line completely collapses. I watched that game. Romo ran for his life constantly. The pressures and the amount of QB hits the Vikings got, those were the most dominant, defenses destroying offensive line I've seen. And then, because everyone forgets, I say that Romo was able to come back against the second-rated defense. Everyone goes, who? Detroit Lions 2014, which everyone wants to forget, was the second-rated defense of that year. Down 17-3, Romo picked them apart and came back, and Romo calls him a choker, even though between 2006 and 2014 he had more game-winning drives than anyone.
Damn.
He came back, and he won, and he continued the playoffs. In those playoffs, he had 4 touchdown passes, and, for a guy who chokes as much as Romo, he has 0 interceptions. Meanwhile, people then want to blame him for the Green Bay game, which, first of all, if Murray has any ball security, I love Murray, but if he has any ball security, we're draining the clock on that final drive and not trying to come back. And 2, it's called the Dez catch for a reason, not the Dez bobble, not the Dez drop.
Damn.
We all know that was a catch. And like I said, Romo had more game-winning drives in 2006, 2014 than anyone. Meanwhile, don't quote me, but I believe I think he had 9 game-winning interceptions over that period of time, which I believe was the same amount as Brady and Rivers, and 2 more than Peyton Manning.
Damn.
Meanwhile, you'll never see a guy who gets blamed for everything, got blamed constantly. We were chatting in one of the group messages about how he got blamed when he only put up 49 points, but God forbid they lose 50-49.
Man, you know what? That's another point too. That's another point too. What happens is Dallas plays a lot of primetime games, so we see the mistakes that Tony's making or whatever. But that Broncos game is like the whole, I don't even know what word I'm trying to use right now, but it's exactly what people think, right? Like Tony Romo could go give you 55 points and the other team will give you 60. But we never talk about the defense giving up 60 though. We just want to talk about that last interception.
Voch, can I point something out real quick?
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead and go ahead and be kind of brief because we got 3 other people. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. But yeah, basically, like those were rebuilding years.
Yeah.
The Cowboys for that decade would have been the Cleveland Browns without Romo. And that 2013 Cowboys defense, not only was that the worst in Cowboys franchise history, that was the 3rd worst in NFL history. And he dragged that team to 8-8. Yeah, 8-8 isn't impressive, but he literally broke his back doing it with the 3rd worst defense in NFL history. That's not something that a mediocre quarterback does. He should go in the Hall of Fame. I pray that he does. I'll be petitioning for him. And let me just say this. I'm not saying that he is better than Aikman, because that's just heresy. And Aikman is one of the greatest of all time. But if you put Romo on that team with that defense that can actually support him, I believe, Romo can get a couple of Super Bowls. I think if Romo played this year, not getting to hold the debate with Dak, because I supported, rolling with the chemistry you have with Dak. But you don't think that Romo would have gotten 13 wins as well this year if he stayed healthy? Tony
probably could have won a Super Bowl this year. Yo, Dallas, thanks for calling, man. You said you was gonna bring some ass whoop. You brought a whole heap of it. And look, y'all could tell this been on this man's mind for a while, dog. Y'all could tell Dallas been wanting to talk about this for a minute. Y'all gonna stop hating on my mans, dog. Y'all can stop hating on Tony Romo. 480, who this?
Hey, it's your boy Jay, the Eagles fan from Arizona.
What's happening, man? Are you trying to bring some ass whoop to the discussion, bro? What you gonna do?
I mean, you already know I always bring you, but look.
Well, let's get it, man. What you got?
I'm an Eagles fan.
Okay.
I feel like people have been hard on Romo. I feel that. I'm not one of these Eagles fans that are like, oh, Romo sucks. Romo has been a good quarterback. I ain't gonna front. but he's not a great quarterback. Like
What makes a quarterback great though? Sorry to cut you off. Sorry to cut you off, but what makes a quarterback great though?
Wins, man. Playoff wins. I'm not
Playoff.
going to draft a quarterback first overall, and I don't expect him to win. Tony Romo got 2 playoff wins, man.
Okay,
I'm not drafting a quarterback first overall for 2 playoff wins.
bro. Playoff wins is a team stat. It takes a team to win. It takes a team.
Right.
If Tony Romo had 12 playoff games and he scored 50 in all of them, but he lost all of them, then what? What does that mean?
It says he did score, but we have seen these playoff quarterbacks. We've seen these quarterbacks win games. We've seen Tom Brady win games.
We've seen Trent Dilfer win rings, man. What are you doing? We've seen Trent Dilfer and Brad Johnson win rings. What are you doing?
I'm saying because it's all about them winning it. Tony Romo has not single-handedly won more than 2 playoff games. And if you want to argue about it, that year where he won those 2 playoff games, he was in a super easy system where if I take Tony Romo out and put a quarterback like a Matt Ryan or Cam Newton in, there's no difference.
Matt Ryan and Cam Newton are some damn good quarterbacks. What are you saying?
That's good. They are good quarterbacks, but we gonna put Tony Romo in that conversation as well? We can't.
Okay.
Say, would I spend a number 1 pick? I'm not spending a number 1 pick on Tony Romo. I'll spend one on Cam Newton, though. I'm not spending a number 1 pick on Tony Romo. I spend one on Tom Brady, Peyton Manning. He's a good quarterback. I'm not hating. I feel what you were saying. You were talking about the Browns and the Jets. Shoot, the Eagles after Michael Vick, that whole quarterback era, I would have had Tony Romo on my team. I feel you. But if I'm drafting to do number 1 overall, I expect him to go out there and win me games, win me playoff games, and take me to the promised land. Tony Romo has never done that.
I think we're underrating quarterback purgatory here. I really think we underrating how terrible it is to be without a quarterback. Bro, Chase Daniels could have been your quarterback for a decade. Thank God he wasn't. You see what I'm saying? And you mean to tell me, if you got Chase Daniels, you wouldn't spend a first overall pick on Tony Romo because you think he won't win you playoff games?
If I have Chase Daniel and I'm in that position, and if Tony Romo is the guy, and I know what Tony Romo is going to bring me to the table, me personally, quarterback is a need, yes. But if you're in a position and it's the first overall pick, you expect that guy. You expect that guy to go out there and do something special to be the number 1 overall pick.
So you wouldn't draft Tony Romo first overall if you got Chase Daniels on your team? Seize him. I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
Like I feel you. Like it's a need. It's a need. It's like it's a need. I feel you. But like when you drafting that dude first overall, no matter who you got on that team, you expect that number 1 pick. If he's like a defensive player, you expect him to make that impact. If he's a quarterback, you talk about these quarterbacks who've been drafted number 1 overall. Like look at Jared Goff. He was just drafted number 1 overall. I'm not even going to say, like, I consider this next season Jared Goff's real rookie season.
Okay.
But when you talk about the expectations that he had and when he didn't meet them, it's your team looks terrible.
Okay, how about this though? How about this? Because we don't know what Jared's gonna do yet. What about Sam Bradford? I think we're talking about Tony Romo in the same light we're talking about Sam Bradford. I wouldn't draft Sam Bradford first overall pick, but he was. But he was.
I put Tony Romo over Sam Bradford when it's all said and done, easy. But you talking about Sam Bradford came in his rookie season. He was the offensive rookie of the year. You look at Sam Bradford. If he didn't get hurt, we might have been having a different conversation about Sam Bradford.
Can we? Are we not saying the same thing about Tony Romo though? Seize him.
No. I'm not saying Tony Romo's injuries, whatever. I'm saying Tony Romo, when healthy, has 2 playoff wins, bro.
Do you think if Tony Romo had an adequate front office, the Cowboys front office are much better right now, but if at the time they were inadequate, you think if Tony Romo had matter of fact, scratch that. Let's take a look at this then. Give me 30 seconds to get this point together because I got a good one. It's a good one. You're an Eagles fan, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, in that Eagles Super Bowl against the Patriots, if you subtract Donovan McNabb and add Tony Romo, do the Eagles win that game?
Absolutely not.
I'm getting you off the phone, dog. Hey, it's been real, bro. Thanks for calling, man.
Ain't no problem.
Oh man, I gotta get you out of there, man. I go be able to do it, man. What? What? Look at this. See all the detail people putting this for no reason. Is Tony gonna be the best player ever? It don't matter. That ain't what we're talking about. You ain't winning a Super Bowl with just a great quarterback, and that's my point. Tony Romo is a great quarterback, but you don't win with just quarterbacks. Dan Marino ain't got no Super Bowl, man. Come on, son. Let me get back into these phones, man. 325, who it is, man?
Hey, what's good, Voch? It's Savon from San Angelo, right up the street from you.
Savon, what's good, bro? Talk to me, man. What you got? You gonna bring some ass whoop to the table, sir?
I started to, but I'm gonna say a little bit of sympathy for you, man.
Let's do it, bro.
I think Tony Romo just became everybody's jokes. It's just cool to hate on the Dallas Cowboys. I am in no way a Dallas Cowboys fan, but I kind of feel for Tony Romo's situation from his 10, 11 years playing for Dallas with no defense, because I'm a Saints fan. And Drew Brees, one of the most underrated quarterback, period, ever, can carry the same way Tony Romo carried his, the third worst defense ever. Drew Brees carried the worst defense, giving up yards, points ever, to 9-7 in 2012. So I mean, I just listening to to the callers, bash on Tony, man.
And you know what? That's and you know what? We kind of in the same boat with that, because yes, Drew Brees has a ring, but that defense was very opportunistic, and that turned into a ring. But for the majority,
what a lot of people don't know, people keep saying, "Oh, Drew Brees had a good defense." They were ranked number 21 overall in total defense that year. They just had a lot of picks, a lot of interceptions, a lot of turnovers at the right time. It was just their year.
They turned it on towards the end of the year, and they threatened Peyton Manning, and they vandalized his house, and they cut his brakes. And I got y'all. I dig all that. I dig all that. But in a sense of Drew Brees and Tony Romo, Drew Brees, both quarterbacks have been given an unfair shake in terms of front office and team building. But they both still shine. Like, if that one Saints Super Bowl didn't exist, we would be looking at Drew Brees like, what have you done for me lately? And Drew Brees is amazing. But he got a ring though. So we got to put him in that company. If Tony Romo got a ring, we wouldn't put him in that company, dog. So I feel you on that. Keep going.
Exactly. If Drew Brees didn't have a ring, we'd be looking at him just like Dan Marino. Just like, even though, and then that's another thing I don't really understand. Well, I guess I do understand it, but at the same time, it's like, we bash Tony Romo for not having a ring, but having these amazing stats. But then we give Dan Marino all this praise, even though I feel like he's first, second, maybe if you want to just say, all right, he don't got a ring, maybe third best quarterback of all time. But we don't bash him for saying, oh, he didn't have a defense, but he's the greatest. He's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, but he doesn't have a ring. But then when it comes to Tony Romo, we bash him. Hey, yeah, he's sorry, he ain't clutch. Right. He does have the game-winning drives. I mean, if you look at the stats don't lie. And like you said, playoff wins is a team sport and whatnot. I just feel like Tony Romo I just feel like since Dallas Cowboys are the Dallas Cowboys,
that's what it is.
It's just funny to make fun, because I've made the Tony Romo jokes too. It's just funny to make Tony Romo jokes, period, pretty much.
Hey man, I feel you, bro. Thanks for the call, man. Salute to you. Hey man, what's your name again, so I can lock you into this platinum caller list? What's your name, bro?
Savon from San Angelo, 325.
Savon from San Angelo. I'm saying,
yes,
that was a great call, man. Great call. I'm gonna lock you in. So next time you call in, you go to the front of the list. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir. Man. Savon came with some heat. Some heat, boy. He said y'all hating because he wear a star on his helmet. That's what Savon said. Let's get into another call, because y'all on fire today, dog. Y'all on fire today. 720, who this?
It's Gashler's Draft Talk, or Analysis now.
Young Gashler, what's happening, brother?
Not much. I'm just here to argue Romo.
Let's do
I
it.
don't think anybody has mentioned tonight that he is undrafted.
Mm-hmm.
Because undrafted, and he's still played 11 years with Dallas. You look at Peyton Manning, who's the first overall pick, and I'm a Broncos fan, so I'm a little bit biased here.
Right.
Even though he did win all the two Super Bowls, which isn't that many, but still, it's 2 Super Bowls. He was the biggest choke artist in playoff history, in my opinion.
You talking about Peyton? You talking about Tony Romo?
Yeah, I'm talking about Peyton.
Oh, you talking? Okay, you talking about? Okay,
Talking
go.
Yeah. So, but Romo, he's undrafted. He obviously never got picked. He doesn't have the flash. He didn't have the flash going into the draft that Manning or Andrew Luck, let's just say that, did, or even now Sam Darnold did. Mm-hmm. But he still played through the playoffs, even though he didn't get any rings. I don't think, was to fault at the Green Bay game in 2014 with Dallas and Green Bay that Dez clearly caught it. They just have terrible refs, and that's that.
Right.
I think he had a very good performance that game, and he should have gone on to the championship and ultimately the Super Bowl against the New England Patriots.
Man, I just feel like, because I am also of the opinion that I think Peyton Manning is a better quarterback than Tom Brady. I think Tom Brady is greater, but greater and better are two different things. You know what I mean? Tom Brady has greatness, but I think Peyton was more skilled from the shoulder up. I think Peyton Manning was just a better piece to the game than Tom Brady was, but Brady is definitely greater. You see what I'm saying? So when I look at Tone, dog, well, let me say this: would you draft Tony Romo first overall if you were in quarterback purgatory? Because you're a Broncos fan, and you kind of got to see what Paxton Lynch got to do this year. Is him and Simeon right now? You know what I mean? So would you draft a 22-year-old Tony Romo right now if he was in this upcoming draft?
In a minute.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
In a minute.
That's what I'm saying. What else you got for the show?
Secondly, Sam Darnold, I think he's probably the most overrated prospect in this draft.
Damn, go into it. Tell me.
On him.
Tell me why. Go ahead.
I watched the tape on him, and I watched your quick look on him. I think he isn't as polished as people say he is. I think his hero ball may get the best of him at some point in time soon in his NFL career. And I do think he'll go to the Jets, whether it's first overall or fifth overall, which is where I'm projecting. The Jets will be picking next year at the top of the draft, obviously.
Gashler,
I don't think he's.
Go ahead.
I don't think he's going to be who everybody thinks he is right now, because they don't watch the tape. We watch the tape because we're legit.
And first and foremost, let me say, to be a 13, 14-year-old, I'm very impressed with your analysis here. And I totally agree with you. He's very raw. He could be very erratic, up and down. He can make dangerous throws. He makes plenty dangerous throws. The quick look was just a quick look. It wasn't a full-blown session. But in the video, this is what I said, though. I did say that the reason Sam is getting most of his looks right now is he's a ball of clay right now. We have got to agree Sam Darnold got a hell of a tool belt on him, though. Sam Darnold got all the tools to be great. We just got to get somebody to calm him down. We need time to give him a little more polish. Sam could be great, but Sam could be flat out terrible. But he does have the best raw ability of any quarterback in this class. But we got a whole another year to take a look at him and evaluate him. So salute to you for being a young man having that type of insight, though. Go ahead. What else you got?
Thank you. I'm not saying that he doesn't have the tools to be great. He could be one of the best quarterbacks at the end of his career because he has those tools right now. But I'll also look at his film, and he just throws random passes in the middle of the year. I assure you that a free safety like Earl Thomas would pick that off in the middle of the field where nobody is except for the defense. And that's, I think, his biggest improvement piece. And like you said, he's a ball of clay.
Yep.
He could be a terrible sculpture. He could be the best sculpture to graze this game.
Yo, Gash, is always good to hear from you, bro. In about 7 years, you're gonna be 20 years old and you're gonna be running this thing, dog. You know what I mean? Whenever you in about a decade or so, you're gonna be one of the top names in this, and you still ain't gonna be old enough to buy alcohol. Appreciate you, bro. Thanks for calling.
No problem.
Let me say this man's name, dog. That's my man's Gashler. It's draft talk. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, man, look. So I think the last call put a nice little bow on this Tony Romo discussion. I'm about to move on into the next topic. Now, of course, like I said, this is y'all's show. I just run it with a microphone in my face. So if y'all want to call in and get into some more Tony Romo, you can feel free, man. But I'm about to get into this NFL talk, man. Damn it, that was a cool little discussion, man. Cool little discussion. But I'm gonna need y'all to do better. Like I said on my Facebook live post I did in the Lombardi's Draft Talk Facebook group. If y'all not in that group, you need to go ahead and join it. But like I said in the group or whatever, I was like, you know, it's if you hating on Tony Romo just to hate and to trash talk and to be funny and to be a Giants fan, that's cool. I ain't mad at you. Do your thing. But I really don't want y'all walking around here thinking Tony Romo really garbage, because that's misinformation. You know what I'm saying? You can say LeBron James suck all you want, but at the end of the day, I hope you said it out of passion, but deep down inside you really think, okay, but this dude really can play. The only reason this thing even got sparked because I feel like people sincerely think Tony Romo is terrible, and I come on, man, I can't have that. My man Fed say, is Sam better than Lamar? I don't know. I don't know. We got a whole year to figure that out, my man. I ain't in no rush. It ain't even August yet. Anyway, what teams are not going to make the playoffs this year? And to save us a little bit of time, let's turn that into what good teams are not going to make the playoffs this year, okay? Let's do a quick little run, man. Let's just do a quick little run down this list of NFL teams that I always have in my face just in case for moments like this. Teams that absolutely won't make it. Let me pull out my notepad, man. Because I pull out my notepad so I won't forget stuff. I know y'all hear me rattling paper around and stuff. So let's see. Teams that could potentially make the playoffs. Potentially. And we're going to be real generous with this. The Bills could potentially make it. The Dolphins could potentially make it. The Patriots without a doubt. Is it safe to say the Jets ain't gonna make the playoffs? Hold on, let me pull up my chat box so we can be chat boxing as I go through this. Is it safe to say the Jets ain't gonna make the playoffs? I'm gonna leave that up. I'm gonna leave that up for y'all to just kind of talk about, and we'll go from there. I think the Ravens can make the playoffs. The Bengals can sneak into the playoffs. We'll discuss that a little bit more in detail. I think it's safe to say the Browns aren't going to make the playoffs, but I tell you what, I bet the Browns win more than one game this year. I bet you that much. I bet they'll be better than they were last year. Steelers, I think they're pretty clear in the making the playoff picture. Texans can be a debate. Colts, I think that whole division can be a debate. Texans, Colts, Jags, Titans. The AFC South is going to be interesting to watch this year, man. Just to kind of, see those guys battle it out or whatever and see what's going to happen. I think the whole AFC West got a shot to make it. Broncos, Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders. You know what I mean? I think Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders. And the reason why I'm listing it like this, because it's going to get real creepy and awkward when I start to break it down like closer. So y'all just bear with me real fast. Let me just get this list on paper. The Raiders can make it. Okay, cool. All those guys got an opportunity to make it. Let's go into the NFC. Let's see. Cowboys can make it. Giants, Eagles. I think the Redskins can make it. Let's put them in there too. I'm not gonna hate, man. People would love me to be a hater. I'm not gonna hate. Is it safe to say the Bears ain't gonna make it? I'm not gonna put the Bears on there. Lions can, the Pack can, the Vikes can. Boy, this is going to turn into a discussion. Hey, look, what I want y'all to do is if I say anything y'all disagree with about these teams not making the playoffs, I want y'all to call in and cuss me out just like that. We got Falcons, Panthers, Bucks. Hey, y'all think the Saints going to make the playoffs? It's being real. Y'all think the Saints going to make the playoffs? I'm gonna leave that up to the chat box. I'll come back around. Let's see where my list go. Okay, and Cards can. Okay, let's say the Cards can make it. I don't think the Rams gonna make the playoffs. The Niners probably not gonna make the playoffs, and the Hawks can make the playoffs. Okay, we got a lot of names on this list, and I'm gonna slowly but surely cross all them shits off. Okay. Until we get down to about 12 or so people. The number is in the description box, y'all. It's 515-739-1285. 515-739-1285. Access code is 309104. Y'all call in and disagree with me. Rodgers on the Cowboys would be insane, but Green Bay has a pretty solid offensive line too. It's the Green Bay defense that's the problem. Somebody say F the Saints. Let's get into it before we get started. Let's get this call in. And this ain't gonna be long because I'm trying to get off the phone in 40 minutes because Bethesda's E3 about to come on and I really need to see what the hell they talk about. 903, what's up?
Hey man, this is George from Texas.
George from Texas, what's happening, brother? What you got for the show?
All right, I got my Skip Bayless hot take of the year.
Let's get it.
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
3 teams from the AFC South will make the playoffs.
And I'm assuming that'll be the Falcons, the Panthers. Hold on, wait, the AFC South. Okay, the AFC South. So, Titans, Colts, Texans?
Yup.
Okay, talk about it. Why won't the Jaguars make the playoffs?
The Jaguars aren't going anywhere with Blake Bortles.
Okay.
That's the reason for them. And then the Colts, I think with the pieces they added on defense in the draft and free agency, I think Andrew Luck is good enough with Frank Gore and the wide receivers to carry them through the regular season if he stays healthy. And then for the Texans, Deshaun Watson, I have faith in Deshaun Watson. I mean, I saw your breakdown, and I watched some film on him, and he looks raw. He looks kind of like a Lamar Jackson. But I think they make the playoffs because of how good their defense is, just like they made it last year.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the Titans, Marcus Mariota is going to make the Pro Bowl. DeMarco Murray, third in rushing. I'm a Dallas fan, by the way. DeMarco Murray's good.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, look, man. I almost put a limit on your phone time. You a Cowboys fan? You take all the time you need. Let me put my pen down. Go ahead, bro. Take all the time you want. Cowboys fan. Go ahead, bro.
And then I think the Titans' offensive line and their wide receiver core are much improved, and Marcus Mariota.
Mm-hmm.
And on the Tony Romo note, really, it's just not fair because if he was healthy, we would probably have a Super Bowl. But also, from 2014 or from 2006 to 2014, the front office was really, really incompetent. Therefore, leading to 3 8-8 seasons. And the reason he's unhealthy and people don't think he's healthy is because the front office was incompetent and didn't draft offensive linemen.
Talk to him.
Therefore, Tony Romo got hurt.
Talk to him.
So that's my hot take of the year. That's my Skip Bayless right there.
Hey man, salute to you, Cowboys fan. Thanks for calling in. Let me go ahead and get your name, and I can put you in the queue to go to the top. What's your name again?
My name is George from Texas.
I'm gonna put it in just like that, George from Texas, and I'm gonna put Cowboys fan, so you can go straight to the top.
And the Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl, and we're winning it this year. Hot take.
Man, you ain't never told no lie yet. You ain't never told no lie to me yet. Cowboys fan. Salute to you, bro. Thanks for calling.
All right, man.
Yes, sir. Can't beat that. That's a great call right there. You Cowboys fan too? Mm-hmm. Let me get this in before we get into this breakdown here. 626, who this?
Hello. This is Thomas.
All right, what's happening, man? What you got for the show?
would like to talk about the Chargers to make the playoffs.
The Chargers are going to make the playoffs?
Yes, they will.
Okay, tell me why. Let's just go ahead and get into it right now. Tell me why the Chargers are going to make the playoffs.
So, and the programs you do, I'm a huge fan.
I ain't hear none of that, dog. Say that one more time. Say that one more time, dog. Go ahead.
My bad. I'm a huge fan.
Okay. Appreciate. Salute to you. But your phone was kind of your phone was ajar for a second. Okay, one more time. Go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
No,
Sorry about that.
It's all good.
So the Chargers' main issue was not giving Phillip Rivers enough time in the pocket.
I agree.
And they addressed the O-line this off-season in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be upgraded. And the defense is underrated. We got 2 pass rushers in Joey Bosa and Melvin Ingram.
Okay.
One of the best cornerback duos in the league.
Okay.
And I think we could do very well against the competition.
That's why y'all going to make the playoffs? That's it right there? That's why y'all going to make it?
Mm-hmm. Plus, I think they're just going to win. They're just going to win.
I mean, okay, I ain't mad at you. Hey, salute, bro. thanks for calling.
They've been injured. They've been injury plagued. Like more than like half of the roster was on IR at some point in the season.
That I do agree with.
Hopefully, the injury bug doesn't infect the team this year. And if it doesn't, they will be extremely successful.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Okay. 626. Where you from, man? What's that area code?
Hacienda Heights, California.
Hacienda Heights, California. Cool as Drake wanted to know. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for calling in. Y'all think the Chargers gonna make the playoffs? I don't think the Chargers gonna make the playoffs. I don't know, man. It's gonna be incredibly difficult for the Chargers to make the playoffs, and I'm gonna get into that in a second. 712, quickly. What's happening? Who this?
Hey, what's up, man? This is Rafael Lopez from Storm Lake, Iowa.
Rafael Lopez, what's happening, my man?
Hey, man, I wanna talk to you about something you were talking about earlier with some other kid when you were talking about the difference between greatness and better.
Let's do it.
I think that's a great point.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's something that a lot of people should. It's really hard to discuss. Nobody wants to say Marino is better than Montana, but if you ask me who I would draft tomorrow to start my franchise with, I would take Marino over Montana. I would take Aaron Rodgers over Montana. I would take Drew Brees over Montana. There's so many guys I would take over Montana, Brady. Greatness comes with your resume. Your resume says your resume is what you are.
I always use this reasoning and argument when I'm dealing with older people, because you can't tell older people shit about their guys. My dad is a big Mike Singletary fan, and to him, Mike Singletary is the best linebacker of all time. And you know what? From I kind of get it. I get where he's coming from. That Bears defense is legendary, but Mike Singletary couldn't play football in this era. I think Ray Lewis is the best linebacker of all time, just skill-wise. Ray Lewis, if you look at Ray Lewis's skill set on paper, he's a mile better than Mike Singletary. But if you put Mike Singletary in a 6'4" defense, in that Bear defense the whole time, and all he was responsible for was A-gap to A-gap, okay, Mike Singletary did great things with that Bears defense, but we seen Ray Lewis cover Eddie George and pick him off to win a playoff game, dog. We saw that. We saw Ray Lewis run sideline to sideline, racking up 19 tackles. We saw Ray Lewis with a torn bicep lead his team to the promised land.
You're making everything you're saying is the perfect way to word it. I never really could figure out a way to say it. You know what I mean? It's hard to argue against Tom Brady's 5 championships, or whatever the resume might say they are. We have to use our eyes and really just look at the film, and almost even ask ourselves. We have to really ask ourselves, what if what if there was another league where the hits were even harder in the NFL? The speed was faster. The field was 200 yards instead of 100. You know, I'm telling you, if there was an all-time NFL draft with the number 1 overall pick, I think the first 3 guys would be Aaron Rodgers, Dan Marino, and John Elway, in no particular order. You know, and after that, I think it's up for grabs between Steve Young, Brady, Montana, and a couple other guys that that were really talented. But yeah, you put that into great words. You know, I'm gonna take that same debate and use it against my buddies later at work.
And you know what? You can always tell by where they go in the argument. Because like I said, I argue with a lot of old people work at a hospital, man. And 12-hour shifts, you just talk about shit. Jerry Rice is the greatest wide receiver of all time. But there's not a wide receiver more skilled than Randy Moss. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, or Calvin Johnson. I think Calvin Johnson is also in the discussion.
Fair enough. Calvin Johnson, Randy Moss are more skilled than Jerry Rice, right? And then when you bring that discussion, I always say Randy Moss. They go away from skill. They always say stuff like, "Well, you ain't got to worry about Jerry Rice missing practice." We ain't talking about that. We talking about who's the better receiver. Jerry is great, man, but Randy a goddamn fool, man. Look, what else you got, man? 10 more seconds to make a point. Let me get you up out of here, dog.
One more point. I'm actually gonna go off that Randy, Jerry.
Okay, shit, he hung up. Well, shit. My bad. Thanks for calling, man. I ain't hang up on you. You hung up on you. I apologize. Man, that greater over best discussion, like if you took Myles Garrett and dropped him off in the 60s, they'll think he a damn alien. They'll think Myles Garrett a goddamn superhero. Goddamn. It wasn't a whole bunch of 6'5", 260-something athlete 4'5" running ass people back then. I don't have all the numbers correct, pardon me. But dog. Like, come on, man. I love Jim Brown, dog. I love Jim Brown. But if you put Zeke in Jim Brown's era, them white men wouldn't be able to catch or tackle Zeke neither. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, let's get into this, man. Let's get into this. Great discussion tonight, man. I didn't think this live stream was going to end up being that great. We got some good discussion out of this damn live stream. Why don't we hold that against Jim Brown? What that he ran from and through mostly white men that wasn't as athletic as him? I don't know, man. Jim Brown's just great. We just can't talk smack about Jim Brown because he's great, but hey, man, All right, let's get back into this, man. Let's start off with the AFC East. Who's not gonna make the playoffs in the AFC East? I already got the Jets marked out to the side, so we ain't got to worry about the Jets. I think the Pats are secured in there. What other teams are secured to make the playoffs? Let's move slow. Let's cross that road when we get there. So it comes down to the Dolphins and the Bills. Do you think one of those teams can make the wild card? I think the Dolphins and the Bills could possibly make the wild card, but I think the Dolphins have a better chance of making the wild card than the Bills are. I don't think the Bills structurally are there yet. So let's mark the Bills off. Let's leave the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins could make it. It's real. It's real strange right now. I wonder how Voch's dad looked. Probably like Voch mixed with Morgan Freeman. My biological father looked like I don't know. I might drop a picture of him. I ain't got no picture of him. I forgot what he looked like. It's been a while since I seen him. I don't know. I don't know. But I got a picture of me and my stepdad. I call him dad. I got a picture of me and him on the Facebook. So if y'all friends with me on Facebook, go peep that out. So I marked out the Bills, man. I don't think the Bills can make the playoffs. I think the Fins can. Let's move on to the next one. I think the Steelers are going to make the playoffs. and the Ravens can. I think it's going to be a fight between the Ravens and the Steelers for whoever wins that division, and the other guy is just going to make it. But I think we got to cross out the Bengals there. Sorry, Bengals fan. I think we got to cross out the Bengals there because we got to put the Fins into consideration. We got to put the entire AFC South and the entire AFC West into consideration. Now, these aren't my final predictions. That's a whole nother show. Because I'm gonna say, look at this Bengals fan right here. Look at this Bengals fan. Don't count out the Bengals. We're not counting nobody out. We're not counting nobody out. It's just discussion. We just getting there. We just trying to figure this thing out. The Bengals could sneak in. I agree, but we got an entire AFC South and an entire AFC West to worry about. I'm gonna do the West first because I don't think the Broncos are gonna make. Because I don't think they're secure in their quarterback situation yet. I think the Raiders are gonna be locked in, and I think the Chiefs are gonna be the second locked in team. And that may put the Chargers out, but I'm gonna keep a line next to the Chargers because they possibly could make it. We got another 2 more rounds of this guy, so I don't go nowhere. This is where it gets interesting. This AFC South, because I want to put the Titans, the Jags, the Colts, and the Texans in. But when you think about the Texans, who's gonna be throwing the football, man? And I think Savage should be the starter, but I ain't got all the faith in the world in him or Watson. That's rough, dog. So I gotta cross out the Texans. I think the Titans will make it. Considering Luck staying healthy, I think the Colts will make it. So I gotta cross the Jags out too. But the Jags, man, the Jags are the on paper all-stars, bro. Like we can't hate on the Jags, man. Damn. Got to do it, though. As everybody in the AFC. So far in the AFC, the locks I have in, and these aren't even locks, but just like people, just teams I think I'm secure that I think will make it are the Pats, the Steelers, the Chiefs, and the Raiders. And the coin flips to me are the Chargers, Titans, Colts, Ravens, and Dolphins. Man, this is going to be interesting, dog. This is going to be an interesting little discussion. But give me 30 seconds, though. I'll be right back. What up, team? It's Voch Lombardi. Thanks for coming through. Before we get into the content, I just want to let y'all know the best way to support the channel directly is through Patreon. Subscribing to my Patreon for as little as $1 a month can upgrade the production of the channel and increase the frequency of uploads. For less than a bag of almond M&Ms, you can contribute to my YouTube scouting career being my full-time job, which means more content for you. Also, Patreon contributors will gain exclusive access to all my throwback film sessions covering college football tape on players like Sean Taylor, Calvin Johnson, Michael Vick, Luke Kuechly, guys like that. But the link is in the description. It's patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. See y'all there. Appreciate it. Salute to everybody that has already subscribed to my Patreon. If y'all donated anything into the Patreon, y'all can go check out that Sean Taylor quick looks film session. I did a University of Miami Sean Taylor video, so I want y'all to go check that out. Those are for the Patreon subscribers, of course. Let's get into the NFC real fast. I think it's safe to say the Cowboys are in there. It's kind of safe to say the Giants are in there. The Eagles are the discussion. You know what I mean? So I think I might have to cross out the Eagles. I don't think they're playoff ready just yet. And the Redskins could sneak. I'm gonna put a line by the Redskins, but they may get eliminated in the next round or whatnot. I think the Pack got a good chance, of locking things up. I think the Lions are gonna surprise people this year, and I think the Vikings can work themselves in, but I think they got to find an identity on offense first. Let's be bold. Let's take the Vikings out of there. We're going to put the Packers and the Lions in there. Let's do that. I'm going to skip to the West because I think this is going to be easier. I got the Hawks in. I got everybody else out. I got the Cards, the Rams, and the 49ers out of there. Y'all remember the NFC West like 4 years ago? And we thought everybody could make it? I ain't even that secure in the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks, I think they're gonna be a first round playoff team this year. I don't think they're gonna be that great, but I don't know. But I'll put the Seahawks in there because somebody got to win that division. Now, the Saints, Falcons, Panthers, Bucks deal. I've already taken out the Saints. I got to put all y'all in there. I got to put the Falcons, Panthers, and Bucks in there because I got high hopes for the Bucks, man. Panthers might. I might have to go to the chat box real quick. I don't know. We're gonna see. I got Randall Cunningham over Dante Culpepper, by the way. And this where the conversation gets a little rough for me. We gonna leave this right here. We're gonna put all three of those teams in, and then we're gonna look at that. Don't sleep on the Panthers. Look, I ain't sleeping on nobody. Y'all leave me alone, dog. I ain't sleeping on nobody. It's just that only 6 teams from each side can make it. And it's a lot of good teams all over the place. Okay, let's do this. Let's go back to the AFC. If I only had 6 spots, I would say the Pats are gonna win the what am I saying? The Pats are gonna win the East. Let's just say that. Let's just say the Steelers win the North. Let's just say the Titans win the South. Let's just say the Raiders win the East. Cool. Now you can only pick 2 wild card teams, right? So this is where I'm going to revert to the chat box real quick. Chat box, I need y'all. Who goes to the playoffs? These remaining teams. Who goes to the playoffs? The Dolphins, the Ravens, Colts. Let me write this in the chat box. Let me write this in there. Dolphins, Ravens, Colts, Chiefs, Chargers. That's what we got. And I already crossed the Texans off, dog, because I ain't got that much faith in their quarterback situation. So of those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, of those 5 teams, you can only pick 2 of them. Who would you pick? The Dolphins, Ravens, Colts, Chargers, Chiefs. It's rough. That's a hard discussion. You can only pick 2 though. I would say the Ravens are 1. They just had a great draft on defense, by the way. I would say the Ravens are 1. And I think it's safe to put. Boy, y'all gonna think I'm hating. I would say the Colts have a more secure quarterback situation, so you got to put them up there. The Colts and the Chargers have secure quarterback. Let's just eliminate the Dolphins. I don't see the Dolphins making it in this group here. And I already got the Ravens in there. So you got to pick 1 out of the Chargers, Chiefs, and Colts. The Chiefs still have a great defense, dog. And the Chargers are a rebuilding team, man. Like they're building, like they're an offensive, juggernaut or whatever. But my man said E. Fresh says that the Chargers are the best worst team in football. That's an amazing quote. Let's put the Colts in there. I got to put the Colts in there because we love to forget what the Colts did because Andrew Luck got hurt or whatever. He just gets hurt or whatever. But assuming we have a healthy Andrew Luck, it's hard to count the Colts out. So the rest of y'all ain't making the playoffs. Sorry. And look, this isn't my final playoff prediction or whatever. But I'm just trying to get people to understand because this came from another argument. People think everybody just gonna make the playoffs. Everybody cannot make the playoffs, dog. Like you gotta take into consideration like how good all these teams are. Let's see. Just so y'all won't say I'm biased, I'll put the Giants winning the division. Just so y'all won't call me F y'all. Cowboys winning the division. I think that's clear. That ain't even biased. I just think that's just clear cut discussion. I got the Cowboys winning that division. The Packers winning the North. Man, something inside of me just want to say the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going to win the South, but I can't do that without evidence. I got to see it first. So the Falcons are going to win the South. Let's just say it. It's either going to be the Falcons or the Panthers. And we got the Hawks. So now for the NFC side, let's just go ahead and put the Giants in there because I got enough faith that the Giants can be the other wild card team. Let's just put them in there because if the Cowboys didn't exist, the Giants would have the best record in football last year. That's all I'm saying. And the Cowboys only lost. To one team last year. You know what I mean? So I think the Cowboys and the Giants could be pretty much locked in. So let me scratch the Giants off. It's hard to predict playoff stuff, dog. So let's go Washington. Let's go Lions. Panthers. Bucks. You can only pick one. Washington, Panthers, Lions, Bucks. Pick one. It's hard, dog. It's hard. Let me guess. George from Texas just said that. That is hilarious. That's hilarious. I'm thinking the Bucks too, man. Look, everybody's saying the Bucks. I think Jameis Winston about to come on strong this year, dog. And if y'all want some fantasy advice, y'all better go get Jameis Winston. y'all better go get Jameis Winston, man. Oh man, I'm thinking the Bucks too, y'all. I know Rex, they awful confident in the Bucks, man. Hey, man, that's what I'm saying. Y'all think the Buccaneers gonna be better than the Panthers? I think so. I think so. Yeah. Let's put the Bucks. Yeah, I agree. Damn. Bucks. It's the Bucks. What you Damn. We are really putting the Bucks in playoff discussion. How long's it been? How long's it been, man? So in the AFC, we got the Patriots, the Steelers, Titans, Texans, Ravens, Colts. In the NFC, we have Cowboys, Packers, Falcons, Seahawks, Giants, Buccaneers. Now, is that the end all be all? Nah, man, because injuries happen. Teams get hot, teams get cold. I'm not Vostradamus or Cleo Lombardi. It is what it is, man. Y'all can call me wrong at the end of the day if you want to. It's just a projection. But I'm just letting y'all know everybody can't make the playoffs. Hell, the Cowboys might not make the playoffs. It is what it is. These things happen. You know what I mean? I don't want to hold y'all too much longer. Bethesda got an E3 conference in 15 minutes. I am a gamer at the end of the day. So look, let's give y'all about 5 more minutes to get them calls in. Y'all let me know. And let me know whatever y'all want to talk about. We're going to get 5 more minutes for calls. And let's take one more quick break. Then we're going to get up out of here. You hear me? Go get you a Speed Strength Ass Whoop shirt, dog. The links is in all my description, dog. You seen all that charge support voucher? Yeah, I saw it all, man. I saw it all. Let me see. Let me hit this chat box for a little bit. Then we're gonna get up out of here. So let me scroll. Let me scroll just a little bit. Then we're gonna get up out of here. If y'all got any questions or whatever that y'all may have asked me earlier, but I didn't take a look at, I'm looking at the chat box right now, so y'all can go ahead and drop any questions y'all have in the chat box, and I'm gonna give y'all about 6-7 more minutes of chat box talking. I'm gonna get up out of here and catch that E3 conference. You heard me? Let's see. Wasn't a huge fan of Marlon Mack, but hell, he could be a surprise. Marlon Mack run sideways a bunch. I feel you cool, ass Drake. Panthers will win the North as the other teams are flaming dumpsters. I'm not going to say all that. Take the Colts out for sure. I think we have gotten accustomed to Andrew Luck being hurt, man, but let's not forget Andrew Luck. What? Didn't he go like 14-2 one year or something like that? 12-4? Like he went that one year with nobody? Like let's not act like Andrew Luck ain't the man around here. And we love to talk crazy, and Andrew Luck is he ain't as good as Peyton Manning, but it takes a while to get as good as Peyton Manning, so let's not go there. It was a lot of Detroit love. Whoa, let me go back. God damn it. Go back to the chat box. There we go. There was a lot of Detroit love, dog. I mean, a lot of Buccaneer love. They came on strong at the end of the season. They did. The Cowboys beat them, though. Yep. Anything can happen except the Cowboys not making the playoffs. Yeah, George. Okay, that's George right there. I feel yeah, that's George. Cullen, the Dolphins did not make these playoffs. The Ravens and the Colts were the wild card team, and you can guess that the Patriots won that division. Raiders and the Cowboys Super Bowl. I'm with you. Nobody fears the Cowboys. Hey, y'all ain't gotta. Y'all ain't gotta. Originally real. Don't make me click on your profile and go through your stuff and find out who your team is, dog. Don't make me do that. And still you pick the Colts? I still pick the Colts. My show. It's my show. Thanks for the stream. No doubt, brother. No doubt. I asked that already. If not, oh boy, let me get on the phone. Cullen Klein, the Miami Dolphins are not a playoff team to me. Call in if you want to. I've been trying to work on my hands, kick return, punt return. Have any advice? Keep your eyes on the ball. Keep your eyes on the ball, and your brain will catch the ball for you. Okay, originally you are the Bucks fan. I my bad. I apologize. You are the Bucks fan. I'm sorry. My bad. Yeah, Cowboys beat y'all last year. Dallas gonna take some major L's. Hey man, it happens, man. It happens. Team hadn't been 16-0 in a long time. Give me something a bit more solid than that, man. All these teams are going with lighter D linemen to get pass rush, and the Cowboys can exploit that with the more physical Alex Rosenwig, man. Let me go ahead and hit this little button, man, because I'm supposed to be making him a moderator, man. Alex, you are now a moderator. You can block and shut people up if you want to. I've been meaning to make my admins moderators, but you know. The game was decided by a right tackle. Y'all got it. Hey, a right tackle, a retweet, a right tackle. I don't know. I ain't gonna get into it. Do you think y'all can bounce back? I mean, I don't think the Cowboys lost anybody that's really, really backbreaking. Ron Leary was important, but he is replaceable. Doug Free retired, but he was the weak link. And we lost a bunch of DBs that y'all didn't like anyway. Barry Church was very important as a leader, but you know, we still have leaders on that team, and it's easy to replace a strong safety. Mo Claiborne got hurt again, so it ain't even like he was around anyway. Who else we lost? Brandon Carr was very reliable, but you know, there's not that much drop off between Brandon Carr and a guy like Nolan Carroll or Orlando Scandrick. And you know, so I mean, I'm not crapping on the guys that we got rid of because I mean I was fans of them. I mean, but you know, it's a business and you move on from them. So, but as far as the big three on the offensive line, the quarterback, the running back, the receivers, Sean Lee still running around at linebacker. I mean, we ain't lose too much. The D line still seems solid. They're not great, but we got guys coming back, man. So I'm not too worried about it. Is Obi Melifonwu better than Jabril Peppers? Vastradamus. Cleo Lombardi. Have these people Voch, have these people go harass KDG. Okay, have these people go harass KDG Pack Attack for blocking me. Hey man, Cornelius, let me tell you how much of a OG you are, dog. The KDG cat hit me on Twitter or whatever, and he was like, "Hey man, could you tell your people to stop spamming my videos?" And I was basically like, "Hey man, they move on their own. They loyal. They support the movement. You know what I mean?" So, hey man, what y'all want me to do, man? Salute to everybody that's ever been to somebody else's YouTube channel, forum, fan page, comment section, and ever shouted out my videos. I know Festerson does it a bunch, man. Salute to all y'all that's ever shouted me out on anything, man. I'm about to go ahead and wrap this up. Gashler asked me what's my opinion on Josh Rosen. I'm actually going to be pulling footage and editing it tomorrow so I can have that Josh Rosen video made either Monday or Tuesday. So look out for that. All right. It's Voch Lombardi. I already played my videos, so you already know about the like button, the comments, the subscribe, the notification squad, the Twitter, the Facebook group, the Patreon, all that shit. The shirts, y'all already know about all that. So I gotta get up early, so I won't call in. But Voch, Miami is gonna make the playoffs and making the wild card until we take the pass out. Miami's already gearing up. Mark my word. I mean, Miami's not a bad team, but hell, man, did you hear the conversation I just had about those other teams that's in there? Come on, dog. Anyway, salute to y'all, man. I'm gone, man. It's Voch Lombardi. Thanks for coming in to the live stream. It was random as hell. Salute to y'all, man. Hold it down, bro. Peace.